Dear students, today I will explain some topic from your chapter, that is acid, bases and salts. Okay, what is this topic? This is caustic soda, baking soda and bleaching powder. Okay, and I will also explain how can we prepare this caustic soda, baking soda, bleaching powder and their uses. Okay, first I explain caustic soda. Okay, what is caustic soda? What is the formula of caustic soda? The formula of caustic soda is NaOH. The formula of caustic soda is NaOH. How can you prepare caustic soda from this brine solution? We can prepare caustic soda from which solution? From brine solution. Do you know brine solution? Brine solution means 30% NaCl solution. This is called brine solution. So, when this brine solution, that is sodium chloride and water, brine solution is a mixture of sodium chloride and water. When electricity is passed through brine solution, then we'll get sodium hydroxide and hydrogen and chlorine. Okay, so what do we get from this brine solution? If we pass electricity or electric current through this brine solution, okay, as sodium chloride dissolved in water, so here I write aqueous sodium chloride and water is pure liquid, and through this solution if we pass electricity we will get aqueous sodium hydroxide and hydrogen as a gas and chlorine as a gas. From where we collect hydrogen? We collect hydrogen from cathode and chlorine from anode. Okay, so through this brine solution if we pass electric current we'll get sodium hydroxide, hydrogen and chlorine. This process is called Chlor-Alkali process. What is the name of the process? This is Chlor-Alkali process. Why it is called Chlor-Alkali process? Because here chlorine is produced. So it is called chlor, and as here sodium hydroxide, which is an alkali, is also produced. So it is called Chlor-Alkali process. So by this process we can prepare sodium hydroxide, which is also called caustic soda. Okay, next one. How can you prepare baking soda from this brine solution? Okay, what is the formula of baking soda? Baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. What is the formula of baking soda? Baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. If we pass ammonia and carbon dioxide gas through this brine solution, say right, brine solution. Do you know the formula of brine solution? It is aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So I write NaCl and water, and through this solution if we pass ammonia and CO2 will get sodium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride. You know sodium hydrogen carbonate is called baking soda. So by this way we can prepare baking soda. Okay, next I explain the uses of baking soda. What is this? This is uses of baking soda. Baking soda is normally added to the dough to be used for making cake or bread. Okay, first one is it is used during the for making of cake or bread. Why? Because when the dough is added, when the dough is baked, then sodium carbonate if we add, then after heating CO2 gas is released. What happened? For the making of cake or bread, if we add sodium carbonate with the dough, then after heating of the dough, CO2 gas is released. Okay, so what happened? Here I write the reaction. Sodium hydrogen carbonate after heating will get sodium carbonate and CO2 and water. CO2 and water. As carbon dioxide gas released, then the bubbles of the gas are escaped and leaving behind pores, which increases the size of the cake and make it fluffy. So for making the cake or bread fluffy, we should add sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, now one thing also added with it, This is tartaric acid. This is tartaric acid. Why? Because when we add sodium hydrogen carbonate to the duff, then after heating from this duff, we will get sodium carbonate, which is bitter in taste. So we have to remove sodium carbonate from the cake or bread, otherwise the taste will be bitter. So we add tartaric acid, which has a acidic nature, and sodium carbonate, which has a basic nature. So when acid and base react, then their effects will be neutralized, so there will be no bitter in taste. Okay, this is the use of baking soda. Another use, it is used as antacid. It is used as antacid. You know, acidity in the stomach is causes due to the formation of excess of HCl. So excess secretion of HCl in our stomach causes acidity. So how can we relieve, or how can we get relief from this acidity? If we take antacid, and the one common component of antacid is sodium hydrogen carbonate. What is the function of sodium hydrogen carbonate? This sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with acid HCl, which is already formed or generated in our stomach, then form sodium chloride, water and CO2. Okay, now you know sodium chloride is a salt which has no acidic effect. So by this way we can remove or we get relief from acidity. Third one, we can use sodium hydrogen carbonate as a fire extinguisher. As a fire extinguisher. Okay, so for making fire extinguisher, first we take a container. In this container, we take the solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, in this container, a glass ampule containing H2SO4 and provided with a knob is placed inside this container. So within this container, we place a glass ampule containing H2SO4. Okay, now when required, the ampules can be broken by hitting the knob. As a result, the acid will come in contact with sodium hydrogen carbonate. These two reacts, that means NaHCO3 reacts with this H2SO4 and form, what is form carbon dioxide. Which gases evolve when sodium hydrogen carbonate and H2SO4 come in contact? Then CO2 gases evolve. When enough pressure gets generated inside the container, you know gas can create pressure. So when enough pressure gets generated inside the container, the gas pushes the water solution, which escapes out of the nozzle and extinguishes fire. So by this way we can use sodium hydrogen carbonate as a fire extinguisher. Okay, next I explain bleaching powder. All of you know the formula of bleaching powder. What is the formula of bleaching powder? The formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. It is called calcium oxychloride. Its name is calcium oxychloride, or you can say it is calcium hypochlorite also. So bleaching powder which has formula CaOCl2, its chemical name is either you call calcium oxychloride or calcium hypochlorite. And what are the raw materials required for preparing bleaching powder? The raw materials are one thing is slaked lime. All of you know the formula of slaked lime. Slaked lime is calcium hydroxide, and the other raw material is chlorine. So when this slaked lime reacts with chlorine will get calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2, calcium oxychloride, which is bleaching powder, and water. So by this way we can prepare bleaching powder. Now, what is the uses of bleaching powder? It is used for bleaching cotton, linen, wood pulp, etc. And it can also be used for sterilizing of drinking water. And the other case where it is also used in the manufacture of chloroform. So, these all are the uses of bleaching powder. Okay, thank you.